Or- Hello, everybody. This is Kim Evans, and thank you and welcome. Welcome to my podcast show. Welcome to Business Mastery Training. I am so excited. This is something that I do in addition to my podcast show when I do business mastery and leadership development for women entrepreneurs, women-owned businesses that are looking to leverage and scale their businesses. I am Kim Evans. I am the owner of True Gorgeous Integrated Health and Wellness. I've been in business for 27 years, offering clinical skincare facials to both men and women. I'm also a medical massage therapist, professional makeup artist. I've been doing this for 27 years. I make women and professionals look amazing through the art of facials. Located in Lafayette. I'm also a business coach for KME Coaching, where I help women entrepreneurs make their statement on the web to package, to price, to position, to sell, and to market their expertise, their education, so that they can leverage and scale their income to surpass six figures. So that's what I do as the business coach. So what we are doing today in this segment, which is the business mastery leadership segment, we are talking about phone calling and business mastery, overcoming objections, phone calling reluctance. How many of y'all have phone call reluctance and boosting your confidence for women entrepreneurs? Because at the end of the day, when you pick up this phone right here, this phone right here, this phone right here is supposed to make you money. And so oftentimes we fear you picking up this phone. So I just had it in my heart. I said, you know what? I just want to share on this particular podcast really how we can overcome the phone syndrome. Okay, let me give you a little bit. Been in business for 27 years back in the day. You remember the yellow pages? Some of y'all too young about the yellow pages. We would have to pick up the phone. Realtors, mortgage brokers, people that are in the consultant businesses, salesmen. This is how you made your money. You had to pick up the phone. Okay. Estheticians, massage therapists, hairstylists were excluded. You know, the beauty professionals, like, were split. I just know myself, I've always had to pick up the phone. Most hairstylists didn't have to pick up the phone until after COVID. You know, we always had this thing called the yellow pages, and it's called the telephone. So this thing which you build a relationship, right? You build a relationship through the art of phone calling, through building a repertoire with your clients. And for some reason, I don't know what happened, the game changed. And so now we're doing other things with email marketing. We're using AI, chat GTP, and all these digital things. But you know what? At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, at the end of the day, the phone call is still the phone right here is still king. Is still king. So let me tell you this quick story, and I'm gonna get into 6 objections on how we can overcome this phone reluctance. And then I want to share with you how to boost your confidence in picking back that phone up. And then I want to share with you on how to have a mindset reset. So this is what we're doing in the next 25 minutes. Okay, we're gonna run real fast through this. So all of a sudden, how many times back in the day when you go see your dentist and they would send you a postcard, and after you had your teeth cleaned, my dentist is so wonderful. He would send this postcard. He would say, hey, thank you for coming to my dentistry. Go and get your free yogurt, in Walnut Creek. I don't know about y'all, but I love getting that postcard to go get my free yogurt. It was a postcard. It was a postcard from my dentist. How would you feel if your doctor from say John Muir, Kaiser, wherever you are in the earth realm, because I know I have clients that see me on the East Coast, the West Coast. I'm international now. My podcast show is international, but I'm here on the West Coast, here in the San Francisco Bay Area. And so, let's just say Kaiser, Northern California Kaiser. And then your doctor picked up the phone and say, your personal doctor, not his assistant, would say, you know what? I just wanted to know if you had any questions from your last physical, which you just had. All y'all need to be having your current physicals. And did you have any questions about that? I just want to make sure that everything was in alignment, from your well check, and everyone gets a well check visit. That's what happened with the Obama. Yeah, you're supposed to have a well check visit and, with your medical. Okay, moving forward. Okay, you guys schedule. This is February. At the end of March almost. Okay, you guys shouldn't have your well check visit. But anyway, so let me just say, and your doctor calls you and say, hey, just want to make sure that everything is okay. Did you have any last minute questions that you weren't able to? You would have a conniption. You would actually fall on the floor to say, wait a minute, did my doctor just call me? Did Dr. Pham just call me? Did Dr. Savinsky just call me? You would literally hit the floor if you knew that your doctor would pick up the phone to call you to ask, not his nurse, to say, hey, just want to make sure, Mr. Belvedere, Mr. Beautiful, Miss Beautiful, just want to make sure if you had any questions. You would literally have a conniption. The power of the phone. Okay, so let me just say this. I'm gonna get into the objections. So I was taking an advanced training with one of my top coaches. I don't have to say her name. Well, maybe I may say her name. It doesn't matter. So I flew out to Miami, Florida. Long story short, it was a VIP weekend, and I had an executive training with one of my top coaches. I have many. One of them happened to be Gina DeVee. So we were out there. Long story short, we did this thing over about 2 or 3 days. So subsequently after that, I did another coaching with her, right? And so we did this thing on mother-daughters, long story short. So I went on and I signed up for that. So that was about maybe 6 weeks I did this program. All of a sudden, at the end of 6 weeks, I get a phone call ring from my coach, one of my 3 coaches, who's a 8-figure coach. Kim, this is Gina DeVee calling. Just wanted to ask you any question. Do you have any questions regarding the last group coaching program that we're in, which was called X, and just wanted to know your feedback. I literally dropped the phone. I said, this cannot be Gina DeVee calling me. Are you absolutely kidding me? And of course, I proceeded with cool and calmness. After about 1 second, I had to pick up my face. I'm like, I can't believe she's calling. And we, after me giving her fan and stuff like this, after about maybe 2 minutes, I got into, my response. But my point is that changed the game. Are you listening? That changed the game. That it wasn't her assistant. She picked up that phone, her personal cell phone, and called me. There is power in the phone. Okay, fast forward. I've been doing this for 27 years and built my business to Gorgeous Integrated Health and Wellness, and I built my business on the phone. So how I was able to attract clients, to retain clients, and to sustain my clientele, I mastered the power of the phone. And somewhere down the line after COVID, I just got tired after 2 decades, y'all. I'm not lying. I am really tired of picking up this phone after COVID. And it's like, I got to do something different. And I started doing other things that were differently, the email zines and things like that. I'm a master of e-zines, going out, referring, and following up on. But there's y'all, look, listen to me. It's nothing like the power of the phone. I didn't nearly get the same results that I built my business for 27 years using the phone. So what is this thing? What is this thing that stands in the way between you and the phone? And so there is a pain point. What is the number one pain point that is between you and the phone? Picking up the phone and having a script and going through that script, a follow-up and easing sequence for your clients, whether it's you calling your assistant or your VA. What is that? It is called phone reluctance. So let's get into that. Let's get into that fear, because there's many other ones, but we're going to talk about that. Overcoming objections, phone calling reluctance. So your number one pain point is you're reluctant for picking up the telephone. I actually experience the same thing that you do. So let's get right into it. So here are 6 objectives. I'm going to share with you 6 that you can overcome so that you can pick that phone up and so that you can confidently feel very experienced and feel very rest assured to talk to your clients at any time by using the phone so that you can leverage your sales, leverage your brand, expand visibility and scalability, and build a rapport and get unsurmountable results from your, let's say, referrals from your current clients. Number 1 objective, budget constraints. We feel sometimes when we pick up the phone that we call our clients and we're saying, or we're sharing with them a particular program or a product or service, that we have, we feel as though that they're going to shoot us down and say, you know what, I can't afford it. So the number 1 strategy, so what we need to do when they're talking about budget constraints, that's an objection. And how you overcome that objection is by sharing the value of your, so let me just say, like a coaching. You could be a mortgage broker, a mortgage lender, you could be a realtor, you could be a dentist, you could be a chiropractor, but let's just say, for the sake of the example, let's say business coaching, or just say coaching. So one strategy that you can actually demonstrate to your client is telling them about the value of your coaching services and highlight the potential of the long-term benefits. So if you did that, you could overcome that one objection about budget constraints. You can offer flexible payment plans, discount packages to accommodate their budgets. I know on mine, with my clients, because I have a medium tier and I have a high tier coaching program. And so you can pay in full. And then there are benefits when you pay in full, but then also you can also divvy it up with payment options, which is fabulous. So someone may not want to pay it in full, but they can have payment options for some of my coaching programs. And so, which is really wonderful. But so you're not just weeding out one person, but you're actually including everybody together. And so when they can say, it's like, you know what, I really want to join your program. And you also have payment options. This make it more available and you're speaking to your prospective client. The number 2 is lack of time. So you pick up the phone, you introduce yourself. Hey, this is Kim with Two Gorgeous Integrated Health and Wellness. If I'm wearing that hat, or if I'm wearing a hat, Kim Evans, with Kim in coaching, but let's say Two Gorgeous. And then I'm sharing with you some programs that I have. We just had Valentine's Day, sharing with my clients some of the packages that I offered, but they're saying that, you know what, I really don't have the time to do that right now. So a strategy, how you can overcome that on the phone, is that you can showcase the efficiency of your services or the efficiency of your coaching package. You can emphasize about, maybe it's short sessions, maybe you have videos, maybe your training is on podcasts. So if they're limited with time because they're a career person, that, hey, my program is within 30 to 45 minutes. Or you can say, if someone coming in for a service, my services are 1 hour. So that they can say in their mind, okay, I can afford 1 hour of time to make my skin look absolutely amazing. So you want to emphasize on how investing time in your services or in your coaching can lead to time savings and improve productivity in the future. And the bottom line is, you're solving a problem for your client. So don't forget, let me just look real quick to see if I have anybody that's coming in. Okay, let me just let this one person in. Okay, so they're in. Okay, great, because I am doing this live. All right, so the third one is a lack of trust. Sometimes we don't pick up the phone and we don't call our clients because we feel a lack of trust, So how do you overcome? Here's one strategy of overcoming trust, is that you share client testimonials and client stories. So if you are feeling that maybe a client might be trusting you, or you're feeling that kind of elephant in the room, you could say, let me tell you a story. I had a client that actually experienced this, or I had a client that experienced that. And you can share a success story. I share success stories all the time when my clients come in and they get a massage on my table. I'm sharing success stories of maybe some clients that have suffered, piriformis, or they've experienced sleepless leg syndrome, or they experience some knee issues, which are some of the common health concerns when they come in. And I noticed I recommended this for my client A to do this. And then in the real results, they did this, and it absolutely worked. So what you can do if you feel as though that is a lack of trust, start to share stories of your client's success. And it works all of the time. Offer trial sessions maybe to your clients with a money back guarantee. You can do something like that. Let's talk about the objection of ROI, return of investment, unclear return of investment. Maybe you're feeling calling the phone. This is you picking up the phone. Maybe my client might say, they're not going to have a good return on investment of a service or a product that you are calling them on. And so a strategy to overcome that objection is to clearly outline the potential outcomes and the benefits that your clients are going to get from being in your program or coming into your establishment or getting your services. So this is when you have to use the phone. And there's scripting that I can help you with. Please book a strategy call, and I would love to walk you through some of these scripts. But there is a way of how you can do that by positioning yourself to your client if you feel that they might be feeling they're not going to get a return on investment. And you can simply share the outcome and the benefits that your services and your products offer your clients. Okay, let's get to the next one. Not seeing immediate results. You may be having this mind chatter that you don't want to pick up the phone because you feel as though that your clients are not going to be able to see immediate results. And so one way is to share this strategy. Set realistic expectations and communicate. Personal development takes time. Interpersonal development takes time. I tell my clients sometimes, how long did it take you to get hyperpigmentation on your skin? They come into me, they may have black spots. They may have white spots, which is called hyperpigmentation. And then I ask them, you're coming to me because you want to clear these spots, or you coming into me because you want to clear acne. But how long did it take you to develop acne? Ooh, oh man, it's been some time, maybe about 5-7 years. Okay. So you're coming into me and you want me to develop a solution for you to clear your skin. And it took you 5 to 7 years. And do you think that I am the magic shop, that I can go like this and give you this and give you that, and that it's cleared just like this in one day? That's not realistic, because I have to bring them back to, but it took that much time for you to see the problem. So it's going to take a season of time for us to work together so that you can get a clearing of your skin. It may be credit, someone coming to you, maybe they want to buy a home as a mortgage broker or a realtor or something of that. And it's like, you know what, I got the money, but I don't have the credit. And I really want to buy this property. Well, that's the other part of the formula. So these are the things that we can work together, but it's going to take time because it took time for you to diminish your credit. So it's going to take times for you to increase your credit. So that is something that you have to be able to clearly communicate to your client, that it will take some time so that we can see results, and that all results may not be immediate, but it is your job and your strategy to set realistic goals and expectations and to communicate those expectations and also personal development with your client. And this is another reason why we don't get on the phone, but we're going to break through that today, right? Okay, let's get to number 6, competitive offerings. You have to differentiate yourself as you're the obvious choice. You're number one, right? You differentiate yourself as your coaching services, maybe it be a product again, or services, by showcasing your unique approach, your personalization, your expertise, your education, your years being in business. I'm sorry, I don't compete with, there's another competitor that I used to say all the time. My mind escapes me, I guess, for this video. God took it from my mind because I was really gonna tell them, and it's like, I don't compete with any of that. I'm sorry. I mean, they've been in business less than I have, and they came through the door. They're a franchise, a massage franchise. I've been in business for 2 decades, close to three. They've only been on in the hemisphere less than 10 years, probably not. And you know who they are. And it's like, I have to differentiate my coaching services from them. Because when you go to them, you be getting you might get a newbie, you might get somebody just coming out of massage school that's not really reading your chakras, that's not reading your meridians, that's not really reading your chronic disease that you're coming in, or your ailment, your disposition. And that's the difference between going to a massage and yeah, that's it. I said it. And going to someone like myself. And so you have to, you just have to position yourself as no competition. So when it comes to competitive offerings, your competitive offerings is what you bring to the table, is your years of experience and your expertise and your knowledge and the transformation that you bring. The transformation that you bring. And I think once you know this and you highlight this and the tools that you have in your box, you're gonna feel more confident and you're gonna be able to overcome that objection, and you're gonna pick up that phone and you're gonna be calling your clients. All right, let's get to it because I'm already almost at my 30 minutes, so I got to rush because there's supposed to be 30 minutes. But let's get to it. So here's some elements of how you can boost your confidence. Now, we talk about overcoming objections when it comes to the phone. Let's boost the confidence, and I'm gonna go through these really fast. Number one is fear of rejection. So this is how you can overcome that. Okay, so we talk about overcoming the rejections. So let's talk about, this is how you can boost when you're feeling the fear of rejection because you're on the phone. So you can encourage a positive mindset by emphasizing the rejection in this natural part of its sales. What is it that you actually trying to emphasize of the rejection that brings you closer to a successful sale? So when you look at it that part from that perspective, then that helps to boost your confidence. I'm actually calling my clients because I really want to work on how I can serve them, how I can answer any questions. Maybe I can remove the elephant in the room. What is the one thing that's keeping them between here and here on impacting their health for a positive change? So if you're a coach, whatever business genre that you're into, you position yourself to say, this is a goal that I'm trying to get my customer or my client to hear. And this is my objective right now for the next 30 minutes. I'm calling the next 20 minutes, and this is what I'm going to do. Number two, lack of preparation. Okay, so how are we going to boost your confidence and lack of preparation? We're going to provide you with thorough training and scripts and equip womenpreneurs with the knowledge and the confidence needed for a successful call. So if you're not working with a coach, this is the time to start working with a coach. If you want to do it on your own, then go to AI or ChatGTP. And you can actually you can create some scripts. You should have at least 4 or 5 scripts. You create those scripts, you put those scripts in front of you, and each script you change when you're calling your clients, and so that you can actually remember those scripts so they become scripted to the heart. So when you're on the phone calling your clients, you just stick with the script. If you stick with a script a script that actually within your business genre, you do it over and over. You rinse, you repeat, you reevaluate, you do it again. You rinse, you repeat, you reevaluate, you do it again. I'm telling you, I've been doing this for 27 years, setting clear goals. So you must set clear goals. If you set clear goals, this helps to boost your confidence when you're on the phone. So you establish realistic and achievable goals. You break down larger targets into smaller, manageable tasks, and making the calling process less overwhelming. So you say, okay, I got 50 people that I need to call this week. So maybe that might be 10 a day. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. After 5 days, you'll go through your 50 calls. So whatever the magic number is, break it down per day. And then you can break it down per hour, maybe 2 hours. You're going to be working on this. Then you break it down into small bite size tasks. It makes it each, because now you've set clear goals. So you come up with a realistic number of how many calls that you know that you need to do per day, per week, and per month. And you get to a point, if you don't already have a VA. and you have your VA to do those calls for you. And so they set the appointment and the calls for you, set it in Calendly. That is a source that you can use. And then from there, you then take the call after your VA sets the call for you. Building confidence. Celebrate small victories and successes to boost your confidence. So at the end of the day, you got 10 sales. During Valentine's Day, I did amazing. It was wonderful. I called only my top 10 clients. That's it. I didn't call everybody. I sent out e-zines and emails, and I only called my top 10. And I invited them into a Valentine's special. That's it. That's what I did. And out of the 10, I sold 8. And out of the 8, I booked every single one. So you want to be able to write down your successes. You want to write down your statistics, because then therefore keep it on an Excel spreadsheet so that you can see actually your outcome from your input. And this also helps to motivate you and to build your confidence. Creating supportive environment. So I would say either piggyback with another maybe professional that's in your field and say, what you got going on this week? This is what I got going on week, and you guys tag team. Okay, what's your goal? What's my goal? At the end of the goal, let's go out for a cocktail. Let's go out for a green tea. Let's do something, let's egg each other on, or whether or not you might be in a room and you guys are both doing cold calling together, warm calling together, or it just could be you guys get together and you celebrate. So that's one that you can do, is create a supportive environment, or you could get a coach. So do you ladies need a coach? Because I am offering offering my Empower. Actually, I'm so excited. It is open, ready to go. And I also do one-on-one coaching too. So you might just need an additional coach, and it's okay, for a season of time, to get you back up to par doing phone calls so that you can feel very confidently with the phone. And then continuous improvement. So you want to rinse, repeat, do it again, rinse, repeat, reevaluate, do it again. Encourage a mindset of continuous learning and improvement. You really do need to get with coach, get with other people like-minded you, that's in your field of journey, that's in your profession, that hate the phone but have loved to do the phone. And so then after this call, you're going to be like, you know what, Kim, I really love doing the phone because the phone does make me money. Yes, I've been doing it for 27 years, you guys. E-zines and phone calls, and going out in the public, introducing myself and actually meeting new people, chambers, things, meetings, all of that. Here are 6 strategies to encourage call courage for women entrepreneurs aiming to grow their business. So I want to leave you with this, because this is really, really nice. And we're going to wrap this up. This is so fantastic. Positive affirmation and visualization. So you want to be able to, before you even get on the call, and you want to say, okay, I need to do 20 calls, and you visualize that. You visualize yourself doing 20 calls. You visualize yourself completing the calls. You set achievable goals. If you have 100 calls during that month, you want to break it down per week. You want to break it down per day. So you want to be sure that it's achievable, not overachieving, but achievable goals. Because if they're not achievable, and then you're going to fall off the wagon and you're going to get discouraged. You want to make sure that you stick with achievable goals. The 3 role playing and practice sessions. So what I do is I do role play before I get on the actual call. And sometimes I may call a friend, sometimes I may call a friend client, and I'll say, hey girl, let me do this role play with you. And I'll do that. And that's fantastic. I may do it 2 times. I might tape myself. I might videotape myself, just so I can see, to make sure that I have my script correct. So that's one way. Celebrate your success. Every single time you meet your goal for calling on the phone for the day and for the week, you need to bless yourself and to give yourself a celebratory moment, whatever that is. It could be a walk, it could be a coffee, something simple, not too elaborate, but you want to be able to celebrate your success. Establish a support system. So get around like-minded people who do the same thing or similar, that you do Toastmasters, a coach, an executive coach, or people in your like-minded field. If it's another realtor, if it's another mortgage broker, if it's another hairdresser, if it's another makeup artist, if it's another, I get together with my other massage therapist, friend, colleague, and we actually just go through the gamut. She share her ideas, I share my ideas, and it's absolutely fabulous. Number 6, continuous learning and adaptation. You can never stop learning. You can never stop learning. I'm telling you all, I've been doing this game for 27 years, and I still could learn a lot more, but I am not afraid of using the phone. So you want to continue on sharpening your sword, right? You want to continue to sharpen it. So let's break down a strategy. So you want to define your goal. You want to have set call targets. You want to track your product, track your progress, and you can track that on an Excel spreadsheet. And when you track your progress is based on number of calls, what was the finding, whether that resulted in gross sales, whether that resulted in appointments, whether that resulted in product sales. So you want to be able to see that on an Excel spreadsheet. So you either need to create that or have your VA create that for you. Adapt and refine. You got to look at it. It's just like a checking book. Back in the day, for those of us who keeps a checking book, a checking account, and we write down deposits and withdrawals so we don't overdraft. So back in the day, you remember we had checkbooks? These young people, these millennials, they don't know what a checkbook is. They don't keep checkbooks. They don't keep checkbooks no more. So you want to be able to adapt and refine. But if you're not using something or you're not actually scaling it on an Excel spreadsheet and you're not seeing it, then how do you know where you need to refine? So you need to do that. Engage in a full list. Have a full list. If your list is 300, if your list is 1,800, I actually clean my email list every single year. One year, my list was like over 10,000, and I think I dropped it down to like 5. Then the next year, I dropped it down to like 1,500 because I was just cleaning it up and cleaning it up and cleaning it up. And you know what? Once you've done it once, you can do it again. So once you've actually grew an email list, you will always know how to grow an email list. So you want to always keep it clean. And lastly, you want to be able to motivate yourself. And then after that, after you do that, there's always a script, but that's in the next video that we're talking about. And how do you create email sequences? So now that you made these phone calls, you're going to put them and tag them in your email sequence so that you can send them more sweet emails. So that is another tool that we do. But as we close out this segment that we are talking about today, let me leave you with some motivation, because oftentimes we do have to continue to motivate ourselves as it relates to phone calling mastery, because it is a challenge, a tactic, a game, a strategy, and it is a skill. Phone calling reluctance can creep upon you. But what I want to leave you with is, if you wake up every day and you say to yourself, my phone makes me money. Getting on the phone and serving my clients does something to my soul. Being able to share what I know to whom that I know, and asking, are there other people who I could share this same information to, feeds and fuels your soul. And we are all here to build and to move and to expound the kingdom experience. And the only way that we can expound and we can kind of like move the kingdom experience is to share with everyone what we know and how we can serve them and how we can make a greater impact around the world. So please do not fret getting on this phone. I've been doing it for 27 years. So here are 6 mindset tactics, and we're going to close this out. Please share this with someone that you know is having a morning gratitude practice. So start your day by expressing gratitude. Reflect on the positive aspects of your life and your business. This sets a positive tone for the day ahead, and it kind of like sets the overall tone of your mindset. It's like, yeah, you are a beautiful kingdom spiritual being on this earth, planted with your expertise and your knowledge to help to serve greater humanity and mankind. 2, visualization, exercising. I remember the late, great Bob Proctor talked about visualization. When you see a thing, it becomes alive in your subconsciousness to your consciousness, and you begin to think about that, then it manifests that, as long as you connect yourself to the frequency of the outcome of what you're trying to achieve. So visualization exercises are important. Engage in visualization techniques where you can imagine yourself achieving your goals. You're imagining yourself picking up the phone. You imagine yourself making those 20 calls. You imagine yourself making those 10 calls. You imagine yourself making those 5 calls a day. Can you imagine just the impact? When I pick up the phone sometimes and I call my clients, my voice sounds like Memorex. So when I call them to be like, they'll pause and like, this cannot be too gorgeous. That's calling me. Shut the front door. Are you for real? I thought it was a recording. 9 times out of 10, my clients tell me they think when I call them, it's a recording. And so they pause. And I just have to sit on the phone and I just marvel behind that. I'm like, look, this is Kim. I am calling with you gorgeous to check on you, see how you're doing. If you have any questions, how can I be of service to you today? And they'll just pause. They just breathe. They just like, I just can't believe it because every time I call your spa, I get your voicemail. Of course you do, because we're busy. But today I am calling you to see how I can serve you. And it flips a wig every single time. It marvels me. It's just so beautiful. We have that power, right? We have that magic dust. That's that sprinkle dust that you have as an expertise, a coach, a consultant, a well, I won't say perfections, as person that is top notch in your industry, and you make impact and global change in your genre, right? And then your clients are just like, oh my God. I mean, I'll call lawyers and I call some retired doctors. How are you doing? I'm just calling to check up on you, see what's going on. Retired judges that are my clients. And it's like, hi, gosh darn, is this too gorgeous? What? And we just have a conversation. It's like, I am honored to be on the phone. So engage in visualization. It is, imagine yourself talking to your clients. Can you imagine the impact that you have on your clientele? Okay. Affirmation and journaling. I don't do that too much no more. That's just not my this. That's just not my thing, but that might be your thing. You find your thing that you want. Affirmation and journaling, that might be your thing. Mindfulness meditation. Okay. That's my thing. See a thing and visualize it. That's mine. That might be yours too. All right, we're in the same tribe. So practice mindfulness meditation. Bring your attention to the present moment. This can help to clear your mind, to reduce your stress, and create a space for positive thoughts and affirmation so you can get through those calls. Okay. Number 5, surround yourself with positivity. No, I'm sorry. We don't subscribe to negativity here. I'm sorry. I have a sign on my door. My clients come to me that this girl works on Jesus and cupcakes. Yeah, very clear. I said it. Jesus and cupcakes. Wait a minute. And then I have a sign on the outside that says only positive vibes. Admit it. We're not talking about presidential election. None of that. No politics. Nothing like that. It has to be all positive. If it's not positive, it's just not happening. We're not talking about it. Be mindful of content, consume the people that you interact with. And you know what? Set your boundaries. You just have to know how to set your boundaries. Just set your boundaries with your clients. Set your boundaries with you on the phone. And set your boundaries when you call is you're only on the phone for like 5 minutes. That's it. And you got to get to your next call. And number 6, daily affirmation ritual. So whatever that might be, you need to be specific in your time for your affirmations, repeat positive statements about yourself, about your business, about your goals, and be consistent. Be consistent. And over time, you are going to see it manifest. I'm telling you, I've been doing this for 27 years, and we soon will be celebrating 28. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, I am so excited. So here are 3 ways that you can work with me. I want to introduce you and invite you to book a complimentary strategy call. Please do so. I'm going to leave that in the link below. I would love to hear how I can assist you with maybe one area where you're stuck. Let's move you forward. Click the Calendly link and let's go ahead and book that call. Number 2, how you can work with me. I'm going to be live March the 2nd. If you are in the Bay, come on over to Lafayette, California. It is so beautiful. The town is amazing. I'm doing a force. Can you say four in-person business training? I would love for you to be there. Yes, it is an investment, but this is for movers and shakers and women entrepreneurs that actually want to leverage, to price, to package, to market their expertise. And they want to actually market and sell that online and to move their business forward past 6 figures. So we're going to be talking about that. Oh my God, it's going to be amazing. I have the link below. Please click it. I'd love to see you next Saturday from 10 to 2. It's going to be amazing. And then the third way you can work with me, enroll in my Empower 6-month training program. I'm just going to leave it in the link below. If I could share the screen, I would love to do that with you if I have that up available. Let me see if I have it here. Let me see if I have it here. Nope, that's this one. Let me see if I have another one. I want to share this with you. This is absolutely gorgeous. Let me share this screen with you if I can. Is it here? Nope. See, screen share has stopped. I didn't even have it right. See, so I should have had it together. Okay, let me see if it's this one, because I had all these screens up so far. That's not it. Okay, so I'm going to leave the link below where you can actually go into, and I can share with you my Empower Her. It's just absolutely great. It's just beautiful. It's just great. So that wasn't it either, because I have all these other things that I have up. So I apologize for that. So maybe it's this one. Okay, here it is, six figure. Okay, so maybe this one. Let's go into this one. Let's go into Kim Gems. Let me show you this right here. Okay, so here's my Kim Gems. If you want any information about my coaching practice, right here, you can roll in my live that we're going to do today. And let me show you here, which is my 1-year coaching program. It's called the Empower Her Mastery. So if you're looking for coaching, I am here for visionary, unstoppable female entrepreneurs. So you can look through this. I'd love to see you. It comes with 4 bonuses. We actually meet every other week for 6 months, and it comes with 10 curriculums. These are the curriculum modules that's in here. It's self-study, luxury mindset, crafting luxury high-ticket offers, luxury lead generation, enlarging your territory when it comes to email list, launches. We're going to talk about luxury enrollment calls, attracting your clients, self-care diet, camera ready makeup, and business mastery. And then it also comes with 4 loaded bonuses that are already on here. And then we're also coaching. We're coaching every other week. So we meet. It's a group style. It's every other Monday, and we're helping to grow your business forward, and you'll be coaching with no other me. So I'm excited to introduce to you the Empower Her. So I would love for you to be a part of that. And again, if you are in Lafayette, California, within the next week, we are actually going to be doing our live Unstoppable for Business and Profits training, actually business mastery, which is going to be on March the 2nd. I'd love to see you. So I hope you had a wonderful, that you feel really much better about picking up the phone, because there is money to be made in your phone, not just on email. And let me just leave this last point, is that there are many ways on how you can increase your income. Some people are very successful never talking to people. I'm not saying the phone is the only way. I'm just saying it is a beautiful blend when you can have electronic, if that's what you choose to do, online. I've done that too. But I also have done the other way, which to grow my business, picking up the phone. And when you can have the marriage of the two, using the phone to grow your business, as well as online to grow your business through funnels and different things like that, you got the best of both worlds. You got the best, and then add video and add your podcast. Oh my gosh, and your Instagram, and pick maybe 1 or 2 social media platforms, and you throw that in the mix, then you become unstoppable. You become unstoppable. And that's what I teach womenpreneurs, to be unstoppable in every area of their life, in business, in health, in wealth, and in success. And I am Kim Evans, and it has been a pleasure sharing this with you. God bless you all. Bye for now.